Hi, my name is Keith. Welcome to the channel. The topic for today is how I clean and wash records and why I chose the method that I do. Well, first, why wash records? Well, records are dirty. They're dirty from use, they're dirty from handling, they're dirty when they come from the factory because records are in fact made in a factory. They're not made in a pristine NASA clean room facility. They're made in a factory. They're handled by people in the factory. They're put inside, they're stacked up on top of each other. There's just all sorts of dust and stuff floating around the factory. They get attached to the record because of static electricity. So yes, even when they're brand new, they're dirty and they need to be cleaned. So what are the options? Well, the options range from, soap and water in your sink and then just setting them in a dish rack to dry, to drying them by hand with like a microfiber cloth, to ultrasonic systems that use little bubbles to break stuff off, but they still leave it wet. You still have to dry the record off somehow, and in most cases, it's dried by hand. The professional machines, the machines that run $400 or $500 and more, they use a liquid cleaning system that's applied automatically, and a vacuum that kicks in and sucks all that stuff up and dries the record automatically. I wanted something kind of in between. I wanted a wet clean system, but I wanted to be able to vacuum dry it. And the only method that I could find that would do that was the Vinyl Vac system. The Vinyl Vac system is, it uses this attachment which hooks up to a Shop Vac, a wet dry Shop Vac. It comes with, well, on the bottom of this tube, it has little pads to protect the record because there's a slit in the tube here that has a sharp edge, and you don't want that rubbing against the record. It comes with this felt disc that you lay down on top of the record, and then that accommodates the thickness of the pad so that as you spin it around, the pad can never get so hard that it presses or could damage the record as you apply pressure to it. It comes with adapters for various sizes of vacuum Shop Vac hoses. It comes with extra set of pads. It comes with O-rings. If you happen to have a hose that has to go in this end and you want to seal it really tight, then you would put an O-ring around the hose and then you shove the hose in. You'll see I don't even use this device, but it also has pieces for the end cap if you want to decrease the amount of vacuum. Again, I don't know I don't know why you would want to unless you have the thing hooked up to a really scientific class vacuum pump. Then you might want to decrease the vacuum, but off a regular Shop Vac, I just don't see that happening. So that's, and for me, it was important that the record is dried. It was dried with a vacuum system. So I'm going to show you how I clean records now. We take what we have here. We have that with the Vinyl Vac system, you get as well as the tube for the shop vac, you get a bottle of concentrated liquid, which makes a half-gallon, mixed with distilled water, makes a half-gallon of cleaner. I put the cleaner in a squirt bottle, and I have also a squirt bottle of distilled water. You have to be able to rotate the record on something. I bought on Amazon, I got 2 of these rotating discs, and I drilled a hole in it, and I bought a record spindle, which is a 9 9/32 of an inch in diameter. So you would need a 9/32 of an inch drill to be able to drill the hole in this. And then a felt pad to go on top to protect the record from the roughness of this little rotating thing. So I have a record here. I'll just kind of walk through my procedure. And I will tell you right now that when I turn the shop vac on, I'm going to mute the sound. And then when I'm done vacuuming it, I will turn the sound back on. And as always, you should wear hearing protection while you're using the shop vac, because it is quite noisy. So I have the record on. This is a little device that goes down and keeps the label from getting wet. First thing I do is I'll take a microfiber cloth and just pick up all the loose stuff that might be on. Just kind of spin it like that. And then the cleaning solution. I have these little squeegees that I will kind of spread the solution around and make sure it gets in all the grooves. And just kind of go around a couple times and then go back the other direction just to get it all the grooves. Kind of let it sit there. I'll try my squeegee off, and then I'll go through, and normally I would let the solution sit there a bit longer than this, but for the purpose of the video, I will just get it done quickly. And you notice I have 2 different squeegees, one that I use for the cleaning solution, mark solution, and then one that I put distilled water on. I use for the distilled water. So we'll squirt the distilled water on. Come on, come on, come on. There it goes, okay. Work the distilled water around. Again, just kind of loosen all that junk up, and the distilled water helps bring it up to the surface. And you don't even really need to squeegee the distilled water off. Now I will pull this off. I'll put this on. I will if you notice, this just, my holes will accept this just like this. Okay. And then if there's a hole here on the bottom, you lay that over the spindle and put my hearing protection on. Okay, that's all there was to it. The record is now dry. I usually will pick it up with microfiber cloth, hold it, and then I'll flip it over and do the other side. Repeat the same process, and then when you're done, you just pop it in a nice protective sleeve, not the paper kind of protective sleeve, but like the MoFi or the really good sleeves that won't damage the record at all. It won't contaminate the record with little pieces of paper and stuff like that. The only other thing I want to say was that all the little bits and pieces that I've used, I will put at least the description of each of them, and if possible the links on where you can get them. The spindle pieces may be hard. That was actually through a vendor on eBay, that vendor doesn't have them anymore, but I'm sure there are other vendors on eBay that are selling them. But I'll see what I can do, and I'll put links or descriptions of all the bits and pieces that I've used here in the comments. And the last thing is that washing will not remove scratches. If the record is scratched, it's scratched. Washing will remove dirt and grime, and it will cut back on static electricity buildup too, because it's lots of time it's the dust and stuff that is attracting the static electricity. So by cleaning the records, you can actually lower the noise level, the static noise level of the record. Well, I hope this was helpful. If it was, hit the like button, and if this type of content you're interested in, then just hit the bell so you can get notified when there's a new video. And thanks for watching. Take care, and remember, the #1 way to keep your vintage audio equipment running is to use it regularly. Thank you.